Yo, RX back with another recap of UFC Paris Moicano versus Saint-Denis. We back with another recap of a card that was decent. It was decent. Weird. Definitely weird at times, but it was a decent card. As expected with the Paris cards. I feel like the Paris cards are always pretty solid. And this one follows suit. This one was a really solid card. The prelims, which we're about to get into first for this recap, were forgettable. And then the main card was good. The main card started really good, ended decently. It was a decent card for what it was, coming back after a break week in the Sphere. It was a fun card. The crowd was fucking amazing, as expected. The Paris crowd, 10 out of 10 every time, no question. Fights, some good, some bad. It was a UFC card in 2024, and for it to be some good and some bad is actually better than usual, so can't really complain. Yeah, not really much more I can think to add. It's good to be recapping again after not doing the Sphere card for multiple reasons. And yeah, good to be recapping again. Good to be. I'm so happy fights are back. I'm so happy to be recording again. I hope y'all enjoy seeing these videos. I know I like doing them. So if at least one person enjoys them, it makes it fucking worth it. So, but enough rambling. Let's get into the recap. We have 14 fights to recap, so you know this is gonna be long, just like the breakdown. Maybe not as long. We'll fucking see. But it should be a decently long video, and I guess enough rambling. Let's get into it. Before I do, please like, comment, subscribe. 100 subs goal by the end of 2024. And now, unless I'm forgetting to say something, we can finally get into the recap. Yeah, I don't think I'm forgetting anything. Let's recap. You ready? I am. Let's do it. Like I said, 14 fights in total. We did not lose any on weigh-in day. Only one fighter missed weight, and it was a questionable weight miss at that. So, we're all good there. Let's get into our first fight of the night. In the lightweight division, a fight that was, on paper, looked good. In execution, was good, as we began the night with Duncan versus Bolaji Oki. A really interesting opener. It was a very quick fight. As predicted. The one thing I did predict about this fight was it was gonna be it was gonna end in round 1, which it did. So I'll take my W there. The only W I didn't take was picking the right person to win. The long and short of the fight was they did some striking for about 2.5 minutes. Both guys landed shots. Like, I think Oki was landing the better shot, but it was close. And then I believe Oki shot in for a shitty takedown for some reason, no idea why. And Duncan jumped on the neck. That was wide open for him to take. And eventually he locked in the guillotine. Somehow Oki got out, and then for some reason he was out cold. So he got out of the guillotine, but then he was asleep on Duncan. Duncan landed one punch, everyone realized Oki was out, and the fight's over. Weirdest fucking submission I've ever seen. It's like Oki forgot the script. He was meant to get put out in the guillotine, he was not meant to get out of that, but he eventually remembered the script, and he got fucking put to sleep. So, very interesting way to begin the night. Not how I think anyone expected the fight to go. Like, I think Duncan winning was definitely a possible thing, but by submission, like, literally, it was so not. Where is it? I don't even know if I can get my mouse on this. It's like 4%. Yeah, I literally can't. 2.5%. So in the very few people that picked Duncan as is, only 2.5% picked him by submission. That's insane. I think that's only his second career submission, so it's not like it's a fucking repertoire. We've seen a lot from him, so very interesting, very interesting. Not how I need, like said, not how I expect the fight to go. Like, I didn't even think Duncan would get a finish in the first round. I thought if Duncan won this fight, it was gonna be a decision. I did not think he was gonna be able to finish Oki, but he fucking did. So yeah, when Oki gives you a guillotine, why the fuck would you not jump on it and take it? So good win for Duncan, man. Really good win to get back on track after the Manuel Torres fight. And good way to begin the night. Really good way to begin the night. Not really anything else to say about the fight. Like, the only thing I can think to add is, I guess, a few people said that was bad reffing, which I don't know how. Like, if the dude's out of the submission, you don't expect him to be fucking asleep, so I don't blame the ref for any bad reffing there. So, outside of that, not very much else to add to the fight, so let's talk about the fighters real quick. Of course, I'm going to go Chris Duncan first, and like I said, really good win to get back on track to now go to 3-1 in the UFC. He's getting better. He is getting better. He is a decent fighter as is, and now 3-1. His only loss at the time was to Manuel Torres, which looked good. Yeah, like I said, that's not aging well since Manuel just got fraud checked in the Sphere. But outside that, like 3 wins over Oumar Morales, which that fight sent. He kicked Oumar out the UFC, beat Ernal Ashmuth after he was hot after his debut, and he just fraud checked Bolaji and got a bonus for it. So he's good at 31 years old. Do I think he's gonna go far at lightweight? Fuck no. That's like, I don't think he has the skill set, the chin, or the like. Lightweight's such a fucking, it's just such a murderer's row of a division that you have to be like so good to go far. And Duncan's good. In a lot of divisions, he might be top 3. Top 30, but at lightweight you're just not. It's that simple. You're just fucking not. He's like maybe top 50 at lightweight. I would really have to think about that, but he's good. He's good. He has striking, even though he has kind of swayed away from that more lately. He has cardio. He has grappling. He's a smart fighter, and that's what's got him 3 wins in UFC over tough competition. So. And plus, he beat Charlie Campbell on a Contender Series, a guy who's, I think, 2-0 in the UFC right now. So, he's doing good, man. He's doing good, and he deserves a good fight after this. Fraud checking Oki, he should get a decent fight. Of course, not a ranked fight, not a guy like fucking, not a guy close to rankings like Bahamondes or fucking Ľudovít Klein, but someone decent. Well, I'll get to that in a minute, like who that could be in a minute. But yeah, good win, man. Good win, shocking method of winning, and yeah, not really much I can add. Good performance by Chris Duncan to begin the night. To talk about the loser of this fight real quick, Bolaji. Not very much else I can add. I've already said he's been fraud checked a few times. He got fraud checked. The Kwamba fight was a red flag, but I think a lot of us overlooked that since it was short notice. He still won, blah blah. Yeah, he's not that guy. He looked great on Contender Series against a guy who was 5-1. Take that for what you will. And then now he's 1-1 in the UFC. Looked mid in his debut and just got fraud checked by Chris Duncan. Like, I get he's 28 years old. I get that was only his 10th career or 11th career fight, but yeah, I don't see him going far in the UFC. Do I think he's gonna be one of those guys who loses 2 more in a row and gets cut? I don't know about that. He has the abilities to beat a lot of these bad guys, but he does not have the ability to beat Chris Duncan with the fight IQ. It was his fight IQ here, because everything else was like his striking was looking good. We've seen his cardio was good before. He has a good ground game, but he just shot for no reason on a guy he was probably beating on the feet, and a guy who is not known for having a strong chin. So it's just kind of really questionable fight IQ, and I don't know if the moment got to him, the fucking first time in front of a crowd, but whatever it was, it lost him the fight, and not a good look. Not a good look at all. So UFC will probably give him a fucking layup in his next fight to get back on track, so we'll see who that is when time comes. And that'll be that. So, not very much else I can say about the fight. The only thing left to say that I can think of is who should I fight next? For Chris Duncan, like I said, he deserves a pretty decent fight. Again, not top 15. I think that's a little nowhere even close to top 20, but a decent fight. Like, I think even these guys are probably too low. I think even these guys don't make a lot of sense. Charlie Campbell, that'd be a cool rematch, but I don't know. I don't really see what that does for either guy. Jordan Levitt, I don't hate it, but I don't love it. Loic, I don't mind that fight. Slava rematch, that'd be funny. Ogden, I think have a fight booked, so that's off table. Malarkey, Riddell, nah. Vince Pichel? I don't hate that. I don't hate that fight. And I think even at this point we're getting kind of past where he should be fighting. Like I guess you could make a case for a Jacqueline Silva or Michael Johnson, but I don't think he's really earned that yet. So I think that's kind of reaching. And then maybe a fucking Elvis Brenner or a Claudio Puelles, but outside of that I'm not really sure. So yeah, I don't mind the Vince Pichel fight. Jai Herbert would be cool. Loic Rajabov, any of those three. Pretty much, I would say Loic, Herbert, or Pichel. Maybe Herbert. Both guys are 1-1 their last two. That's not a terrible fight. I might go Jai Herbert. So as right now, that's probably the best option. I think that's a decent fight. So I guess let's see it. And then for Bolaji, like I said, they're just gonna feed him a can, most likely, or they're gonna give him another tough fight that he probably loses. So we'll see. Most likely a can, but I guess we'll have to wait and see on that. So yeah, not very much more I can add. Decent fight to begin the night, cool submission, bonus winning performance, so clearly it was pretty good, and not very much else I can add. Great performance by Chris Duncan, and who should they fight next? I like Chris Duncan versus, I'll say for right now, Jai Herbert. I think that's a good fight, and for Oki, he'll fight some cans. So yeah, about all I got to say. Great performance by Duncan to begin the night. Great way to start tonight. Too bad a lot of the fight did not follow up for a while, so yeah. After that, we go to our second fight of the night in the women's bantamweight division. The first time we'll be in that division tonight, and not the last, as in our second fight of the night, we have a rematch, but a rematch from 3 years ago, as we have Jacqueline Cavalcanti versus Nora Cornolle. Well, I guess I was kind of wrong about another one of my predictions. I said this fight would not be like their first fight. It was kind of like their first fight. Very good fight. As predicted, a very good fight. The only thing I was not predicted is, like I said, this was a lot like their first fight to an extent. Which I actually did watch their first fight. Since I made the breakdown, because at that time I didn't watch it, and after watching their first fight, it was pretty much what we saw here. Cavalcanti was able to fight at range and beat Nora. So it was not like in round one it was the best round for Nora. She landed the better shots. She got a nice takedown. It was a really good round for Nora. Round 2, Cavalcanti all day. She dropped Nora. Well, actually, I take that back. She dropped Nora early in the round, and then late in the round, Nora was controlling and landing the better shots. I guess it's knockdown versus control time. I'm leading control time 1-1, and then definitely the controversial round of the fight, round 3. It all comes down to round 3. I gave to Cavalcanti, which I'll show here. This was my scorecard. Yes, I made a verdict account. If you want to fucking add me or whatever, here you go. This was my scorecard. I think most people agree with this. But if you gave this fight to Nora, I'm not upset. Round 3 was razor thin. I just think Cavalcanti did a little better. By that point in the fight, Cornolle was pretty gassed, and Cavalcanti was still landing some decent shots. So I think Cavalcanti kind of, it was very close. Again, if you scored it for Cornolle, I don't think it's a bad scorecard. I just think you really got to explain it a little bit, because round 3 was close, but I don't want to say clear, but not the hardest to score. So I had a 29-28 Cavalcanti. Most people had a 29-28 Cavalcanti, and that's the scorecard we got for 2 of them. The other judge gave Cornolle 1 and 3, which is fine. I don't think you're wrong, but I do think it's a little interesting. And just like their first fight, Jacqueline Cavalcanti wins the decision. Good fight, like I said, really good fight between 2 very good prospects in the women's bantamweight division, which is very fucking needed with how dry that division is. And overall, it was a really good showing by both, but one definitely gained more and looked a lot better than the other. So good fight though, good fight. Better than their first fight. They were definitely better fighters here than they were in their first fight. In a way, like Cavalcanti, you can tell got better, and she was good back then. That was her second career fight, and she was good then. Now she's even better. And then for Nora, she looked better, but she also looked, I don't know, she threw, like, the biggest problem I have with Nora, she threw, like, the same 4 fucking punches. She threw a fucking jab, head kick, and then, like, shitty takedown attempts. Like, for half the fight, all she threw was a fucking shitty jab and a lame head kick. So Cavalcanti easily moved out the way of those, or blocked them, so I don't know, weird fight, not a bad one though, and really good win for Cavalcanti, second good win in a month. She's legit, man, she's good, really good. Not very much else I can think to say about the fight. It was a better version of their first fight, that's what I'll end it on, so yeah. But besides that, let's get into the fighters, and we'll begin with Jacqueline Cavalcanti. Not very much more I can add. Again, second really good win in a month, a little over a month. She's good. She's really fucking good. She has good cardio, good striking, power in her hands. Now 3-0 in the UFC. She deserves a ranking fight, if not even a ranking in general. She deserves to get a ranked fight. She stepped in for a ranked fighter, and I'll go back into that in a minute. And she just beat a 2-0 really good fighter. So I think makes the most sense that Cavalcanti fights for a ranking. I don't know what else you'd have her do. Why have her beat up someone else outside the rankings? I don't know who it would even be, since the division is so fucking shallow. Most of the unranked fighters are coming off losses. So outside Nora and Jousset, probably the 2 other best unranked fighters outside Cavalcanti, who would you have her fight? Fucking Lisboa? Like, I just don't really think that makes a lot of sense. So I just give her a ranking. It's that simple. Maybe not a ranking, but a ranking fight. So it's just it's that simple as it gets. So 27 years old. Women's family has a good prospect on their hands. Champion, I don't know. Even though at women's bantamweight, Raquel Pennington's champion, anyone can be champion. So you never know. She has the striking ability, she has the power, she has the cardio. We'll see if she can keep putting it together as she gets harder and harder fights. And to talk about her opponent, Nora Cornolle, bad performance. Even then she still almost won, so I don't know. She is a good fighter, but Cavalcanti has her number. It's that simple. Cavalcanti just has her number. She knows how to beat Nora, fight at range, land the better shots, and just tire her out. Like, Cornolle just kind of looked fucking, I'm not even sure what the term would be. Her striking was very limited. Her cardio was not great. She was gassed by the 3rd round. She just got beat. She got beat by the better fighter, so And I'll say this, as much as I like Nora, GDR would have probably beat her fucking ass, to be honest with how she performed here. GDR would have probably really beat her badly, so there's for that. I guess she kind of got off lucky here, but yeah, I think Nora will be back. I see a lot of people shitting on her. She fought a really good fighter on short notice, so she'll be back. She'll bounce back against someone fucking shitty in the division, so I don't know. I'm not gonna shit on Nora yet. I still think she's good. She just really didn't show it here, so she'll bounce back. That's simple. Only thing left to say now is that I can think of, who should they fight next? For Jacqueline Cavalcanti, well, I think it makes the most sense to do one fight. Who did she step in for? Germaine de Randamie. Who should she fight? Germaine de Randamie. Especially since they are kind of the same fighter. They're the lengthy fucking kickboxer. Like, I think they're about the same fucking size. Like, let's see, where is GDR? There she is. Click on the name, thank you. Let's see, GDR is 5'9", 72.5. Cavalcanti is 5'8", 70. So yeah, GDR is a little lengthier, but like they pretty much fight the same way, and I think that makes sense. She, again, who did she step in for? An injured Germaine de Randamie. Why not fight Germaine de Randamie next? Especially she deserves a ranking fight. Because outside of Germaine, who would she fight? Ailín? Doesn't really make a lot of sense. Chandler or Julia Aguilera? I guess, but I really don't see the point in that. And then outside of that, I really don't know. So I rate, like, unless you throw her up there with Misha Tate or Yana Santos, but I don't know why you would. So I think the fight that would make the most sense is Germaine for Cavalcanti, so let's see it. And then for Nora Cornolle, whatever, you just give her an easy fight. She should win. Zheleznyakova, well, I was gonna say Alkashira, but she's fucking suspended for a year. The winner of Vidal Edwards, well, if Vidal beats Edwards, and that's about the fucking short list of fighters. Josie Nunez would make a lot of sense there. Yeah, probably Josie Nunez would make a lot of sense. Outside of that, I'm not really sure who she would fight. Again, Zheleznyakova or fucking Vidal, but yeah, I'd probably Vidal or Josie would make the most sense for Nora. A nice fight. She should be able to win. Yeah, let's see it, I guess. Not very much else I can add to this fight. Yeah, it was a decent rematch. It was a better version of their first fight, and Cavalcanti just has Nora's number, so not very much more I can say. Great win for Cavalcanti. And who should they fight next? I like Cavalcanti versus Germaine de Randamie. I like Nora Cornolle versus probably Josie Nunez. Cavalcanti and de Randamie sounds like a great fight. Makes a lot of sense. Nora Nunez. Nora can get back on track there. Makes sense. Good fight. Good second fight of the night. And yeah, not very much more I can add. Good win for Cavalcanti. A real problem. Looking to be a real problem in that division. After that, we had to our third fight of the night. Not gonna waste a lot of time here because this was just a complete robbery. As in our third fight of the night, we have in the flyweight division, Daniel Barez, or however the fuck this being said it was, versus Victor Altamirano. Not gonna waste your time. Complete robbery. Like not even a debate. Altamirano clearly won this fight. I don't know what the judges watched. Altamirano clearly won the last 2 rounds. A complete robbery. Like they're pretending Altamirano got knocked down at the end of the second, I believe, when he slipped twice. So it's bullshit. Altamirano has got robbed twice now in back-to-back fights, and it's just fucking like, it's bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. He got robbed against Felipe dos Santos. He got robbed against Daniel Barez. It's bullshit. So, complete robbery. Not even because I picked him. It just fucking was a complete robbery. And, yeah. This is the right scorecard. Not this So, complete bullshit. And poor Altamirano, bro. Robbed twice in back-to-back fights. What do you use Zheleznyakova? Lame. Not very much else to say. Fuck Barez, he still sucks. And Altamirano, I'm sorry, bro. After that, we head back to women's flyweight for our fourth fight of the night, and a fight that was pretty easily predicted by most, and pretty easily predicted. I don't think many predicted a finish, but outside of that, this fight was pretty easy to predict. And then our fourth fight of the night in the women's bantamweight division, we had Ailín Pérez versus Darya Zheleznyakova. Not really much happened in this fight. Pretty much it was very short, like the fucking Oki fight earlier. Pretty much they did a little bit of striking. Neither really landed great shots. I think Zheleznyakova landed a few better shots, but it was really close. Eventually Pérez did get to the ground. After some scrambles, she did end up on top, and then she eventually locked in an arm triangle. And quickly, actually I think it was more of a blood choke, because she didn't get to the side. It was more just fucking squeezing Zheleznyakova till she's fucking red. And eventually Zheleznyakova tapped out, and Ailín Pérez gets her fourth win in a row, and her first finish in the UFC. Yeah, there was just a giant skill gap here, which, as predicted, if you watched Zheleznyakova first UFC fight where she looked terrible, there was just a giant skill gap here. Like, Ailín Pérez is, I get a joke more than anything, but she can actually fight, weirdly. And even with the weight miss, which it's literally with half a pound, which is just like, who cares? It's weird that Ailín's breaking the stereotype of these OnlyFans fighters being pathetic, because she's 4-0 and in the goddamn top 15, so it's better than Hannah Goldie, Patreon fan. Can we just say Tracy Cortez now? We'll say it now before it's fucking true in the future. Good for her, man. Good for Ailín. And then again, for Darya, she shouldn't even been in this fight. Like, I don't know what the UFC was thinking booking this fight. Like, there was, like, what did you think was gonna happen? Like, did you really think Zheleznyakova got better in 5 months to beat a fighter whose main fighting style is what she was awful at in her debut, wrestling? Like, what did Rendon mainly do to Zheleznyakova? Take her down. And what did Pérez do? Take her down. It's just not logical booking. If fucking anything, it would have made more sense if fucking if fucking Cornolle or Cavalcanti was fighting Pérez, because at least they deserve a top 15 fight a little more. Then Zheleznyakova could have been fighting the other one or something. So I don't know. Yeah, I guess the UFC wanted to push Zheleznyakova, but it failed quickly. So I don't know. Weird fight, bad booking, and yeah. Just a complete mismatch as expected, so yeah, that's all I can say. The next thing I can think to say is, let's talk about each fighter real quick. As we kind of just did, again, for Ailín, she's breaking the OnlyFans stereotype. 4 in a row, yes, against bottom of the barrel competition, slowly building her way up to subpar fighters, still not right there yet though. Yeah, 4 in a row, it's 4 in a row, and now she is definitely locked in that number 15 spot at this point. She's definitely, where the fuck is it? She's definitely, I feel, locked in. 4 in a row now. The only person you can make a case for taking that ranking over her is Cavalcanti, and she's only won 3 in a row, so against better fighters, but you know, no one cares. We know you don't look at the context in that situation, so yeah, good win for Ailín, man. 4 in a row now. Gets her first finish, and let's see what happens. 29 years old. The UFC's gonna try and push her. I won't be shocked if she gets a big jump in the rankings, like a number fucking 11, 10, like even a big name like a Miesha Tate or something. So I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued to see what they do with Ailín. And to be honest, if you ask me, I think she could win a lot of fights here. She beats Avalera. She probably beats Tate. She probably beats Yana. She probably loses to Carol. She might beat Holly now. And then I think we're getting now we're getting crazy. So, and then I don't know about Chelsea and Germain. Those might she might beat Germain, to be honest. We know Germain has no takedown defense, but Chandler, that's a tough one. That's a tough fight to predict. But I doubt we're gonna see that fight anyway. So I don't know. Good win for Ailín, 4 in a row, and now it's time to climb the rankings, which is such a fucking weird thing to say with Ailín Pérez. Weird. MMA is the weirdest sport in the world. And to talk about our opponent, Darya Zheleznyakova, don't really got much to say. Again, it was, like I said, a complete skill gap. She should have not been in there with someone like Ailín after losing her debut clearly, and yeah, she's not good. I really don't think she beats a lot of the unranked female bantamweights. Cavalcanti, Nora, probably Jousset, well, maybe not Jousset Nunez, but fucking Melissa Mullins did beat her. Fucking Rendon did beat her. So she's just like, she's in that tier of fucking Vidal, fucking Jocelyn Edwards, who I think might beat her, and fucking Jousset Nunez. So I don't know. She's not good. Like, she's completely been fraud checked, because she did have some hype. Fucking shiny 9-1 record coming off in her debut, and that got exposed very quickly. So yeah, not very much else to say. She sucks. Only thing left to say now is who should they fight next. I'm not going to click on Ailín's profile because she's in top 15. So well, actually I'm lying, because I do want to make sure whoever I say does not have a fight booked. So I lied. But yeah, for Ailín, I'm not gonna give Zheleznyakova a fight idea. She sucks. For Ailín, I think the fight that makes the most sense to be Yana Santos. I know that's a big jump up, but why not? I think Chandler should fight Avilera, Germain should fight Cavalcanti, Tate should fight Holly, Rosa should fight Silva. I think that leaves Yana Santos without a fight, and I think Ailín Pérez would make the most sense. Yana's coming off a nice win versus Chelsea Chandler. They're ranked right next to each other here, which I think is more accurate, and I think the fight makes a lot of sense, so why not? Let's see how Ailín does against a veteran, a big step up in competition against a veteran like Yana, who is riding high after a nice performance. So I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued to see. I think all those fights are interesting though for Ailín. I think Misha's interesting. I think Hosa could be interesting. Holly's interesting. Chandler's interesting. Avilera, that's the worst one of the bunch, because that's an easy win for Ailín. But the rest, I'm intrigued. I'm really intrigued to see what they do with Ailín, and in my opinion, Yana Santos would make the most sense. So let's get that. Let's do that. Not very much else I can say. Good win for Ailín Pérez. Good submission, good performance. Now four in a row. And only thing left to say is who should they fight next? I like Ailín Pérez versus Yana Santos, and I don't care who bum-ass Darya Zheleznyakova fights. Pérez and Santos makes a lot of sense in my opinion, so let's do it. Can't really think of anything else to say for this fight besides good win for Ailín. About all I can say. 4 in a row. What the fuck? After that, we head to our 5th fight of the night, and now we get to the streak of quick fights that I'm not going to waste a lot of time on. As in our 5th fight of the night, we head to the bantamweight division for a fight I predicted perfectly, because anyone with a brain could have predicted this fight perfectly. As we have Taylor Lapilus versus Vince Morales. Yet I'm not going to waste your time. As predicted, Lapilus wiped the floor with Morales, 30-27 across the board. It looked like a pro versus an amateur. Morales had nothing for Lapilus, as expected, and Lapilus just pretty much had fun in there for 15 minutes. So, yeah, that was so fucking easy to predict. And as I still find funny, y'all, a lot, not all of you, but a lot of y'all wanted fucking Morales back in UFC because he beat fucking 5 tomato cans on the regional scene. It's like, why? He fucking still sucks, and that got proven here, so I don't know. I told y'all. It's that simple. I fucking told y'all, and Lapilus completely exposed this waste of a fucking return, so yeah, not very much else to say. I'm not even gonna show my fucking verdict scorecard because it's the exact same. Because it's the easiest fight. If it's that easy to score, so yeah, about all I can say about the fight. So about each fighter real quick. Lapilus, great performance, quick easy win. 3-1 since his return. He's one of the fucking best unranked guys in the division right now. He's one of the best unranked bantamweights right now, at only, what, 32 years old? He's a top 15 level dude, in my opinion. Like, if you threw him in the top 15, he would not look out of place. I think he easily could hang with a few of the dudes in the top 15. He's really good. His striking is good. He has a good ground game. His cardio is good. He's really fucking good, and again, if you threw him into the top 15 right now, I think he would swim for a good amount of time before he sank, because he's that talented. He's really fucking good, and I'm so happy to see him back in the UFC. Because he deserves it. He has the skill. He's a UFC level fighter, and he's shown that over the last year. So 3-1 now. He deserves a big fight here. Not top 15 fight. Not even. I don't think he should even fight one of the better unranked dudes, like fucking insert name here, because I can't think of them. But I'm intrigued to see where Lapilus goes, because I think he does have the ability to be a top 15 guy, and I think one more good win, he could jump in the top 15. So let's see if he can get that win. And for Vince Morales, like I said, he sucked before, he was gonna suck again, and I told y'all. 3-6 in the UFC now, but he went 5-1, beating who can. Waste of a signing. I fucking told y'all, he sucks. He's gonna get cut again sooner than later. Only thing left to say now is, who should I fight next? For Taylor Lapilus. Again, he deserves a good fight. He definitely deserves a good fight. I thought someone say the winner of Garbrandt Miles Johns. I don't fucking hate that. I don't hate that at all. Let's see. Nah, I think these guys are too low. Raul. I think he beats Raul, to be honest. Castaneda, nah. Talbot, nah. Silva, nah. Hione, I don't hate it. He already fought Farid. Marcos, I doubt it. Oliveira, I doubt it. Yanez, I doubt it. Ricky Simone ain't bad. I think that'd be a decent fight for Lapilus. Ricky Simone would be good. And then, yeah, I think Simone's a good one. A guy who's lost a few in a row. Win over him would be a nice win for Lapilus. I like that for Simone fight. Like, outside of that, I'm like, again, I don't mind the winner of Johns, Cody. Hione Barcelos is decent. Daniel Marcos is kind of okay. But I like that Ricky Simone fight. I think that's a good fight for Lapilus. I would pick him to win that fight, obviously. And then after he won that, I think you can give him a top 15 guy almost. So, yeah, I think Taylor Lapilus versus Ricky Simone, that's a good fight, man. I think that's a good fight, and let's see it. I think let's see it. Lapilus is a proven really good fighter. Let's see him fight Simone on a fucking skid right now. So I'm intrigued. Let's see it. Simone and Lapilus, sign me up. Fun fighting, fun Apex opener, main card opener. So yeah. And then I don't cut Vince Morales again, dude's fucking trash, so whatever. Not very much I'll say. Pretty easy fight to predict, pretty easy fight to recap. Lapilus was the way better fighter as expected. And who should he fight next? I like him versus Ricky Simone. I think that's a good fight. Makes sense for both. Well, for Lapilus, for Simone, maybe not. But for Lapilus, it sounds good. And yeah, let's see it. Lapilus and Simone. Look it. Not very much else to say. Quick, easy one for Lapilus. Simple as that. After that, we get to our sixth fight of the night. The most disappointing fight of the night, almost, since this should have not went 15 minutes. As in our sixth fight of the night in the lightweight division, we have Ľudovít Klein versus Roosevelt Roberts. Terrible fucking performance by Klein. Like, yeah, he easily won, but like, you should have not went 15 minutes of Roosevelt Roberts as a minus 1,000 favorite. Really disappointing performance by Klein. Like, the skill gap between them was so fucking wide. Like, the best thing Roberts did was a lucky head kick that grazed Klein's head in round 1. Outside of that, it was not close. So, and Klein didn't even try and strike from him. He just fucking took him down for the second and third round and won. So, really disappointing. Like, just really disappointing by fucking Klein. He should have looked better. He should have got a finish. And to be minus 1,000 and not show up like that is disappointing. Like, Isaac Dalgarian a few weeks ago showed how you should look as a minus 5,000 favorite. And Klein looked like a minus 200 favorite. So, disappointing. Happy I got the pick right, I got my lock right, but he looked fucking terrible. So, yeah, not good. I guess the only thing left to say is, who should they fight next? For Ľudovít, we should be talking about him getting a ranked fight, but after a performance like that, it's kind of hard to fucking give him that. Like, yeah, he's won 6 in a row, but like, that was fucking pitiful. That was a dog shit fucking performance, so I guess you could give him a top 15 dude, but I guess who, and does he even deserve it? Like, you could give him Jalen Turner, you could give him Benoit Saint-Denis, but does he? I don't even know if he deserves that kind of fight, so I don't know. I really don't know. Like, outside of that, like, Joe Alvarez, Bobby Green ain't a bad fight. I don't hate that fight. Drew Dober, Diego Fieta. Diego Fieta, Ľudovít Klein is fun. You know, that's a fun fight. Yeah, and we're going pretty far back at this point to fights that really don't make sense. So, yeah, that Diego Fieta, Ľudovít Klein, that sounds pretty good. Because outside of that, Drew Dober, Bobby Green, I don't see the point. Alvarez, you need to do Alvarez and Turner. The fight's right there. Yeah, I like Diego Fieta and Ľudovít Klein. I think that's a really good fight. Both guys on winning streaks. Let's see it, Ľudovít Klein and Diego Fieta. I think that's a great fucking fight. Let's see it. Hopefully Klein can actually look good in that fight. Cause I think he should win that fight. But you never know. Diego's on a fucking streak right now, so we don't know until it happens. But let's hope it happens. So, Ľudovít Klein, Diego Fieta has my vote, because that'd be a banger. So, let's see it. And then for Roberts, just cut him. Like, fucking, why is he back? He's fucking garbage. So, I don't know. Not very much else to say. Pitiful performance by Klein, but he still got to win, so that just, I guess, shows how bad Roberts is. But, yeah, not very much else to say about this disappointing fight, outside of who should they fight next. I like Ľudovít Klein versus Diego Fieta. I think that's a banger. And Roosevelt Roberts, you can go back to fucking the regional scene, because y'all are some shit, buddy. So, yeah, not very much else to say. Great performance by, great underperformance by Klein. And, yeah, not very much else to say. Minus 1,000, didn't look it. After that, we had to our co-main event of the prelims. A fight that was maybe the best fight on the prelims. I thought, just for the reasons of we got to see a really good fighter show a lot here. And then our co-main event of the prelims in the light heavyweight division, we had Oumar Sy versus Woon Jung. Like, the long and short of the fight is Oumar just put on a masterclass against Jung, easily dominating him for 15 minutes, as expected, as you fucking should, as a giant favorite. at minus 600. He looked great. Dominated Jung on the feet, dominated Jung on the ground. Like, the most offense Jung had was ending on top for 7 seconds and landing like 4 good punches, like most of the fight, like over the 15 minutes. So outside of that, it was a Psy masterclass, as it should have been when you're fighting Da Woon Jung. So yeah, pretty fucking predictable. So, but it was predictable, but this was actually good predictable. Like, Lapilus was just predictable. Klein was somehow predictable, and he somehow did terrible. This was the best of the 3 easy prelim fights to pick. So yeah, I did enjoy this fight. Again, this might have been the best prelim just because it did show answer a lot of questions about a certain really good prospect. So yeah, not really much more I can say about the fight. It was just a Oumar Psy masterclass as expected. So yeah, not much else to say. I think we'll get into the fighters now, and I'll actually start with Jung here because I'll just get this out of the way. Yeah, time to get cut. The UFC gave you one more shot, aka they pretty much fed you to the wolves one more time. You lost, and now it's time to get cut. So, should have been cut a year ago. Now it's happening now. He started off his UFC career pretty good with, 3 wins in a row? 4 in a row? And now he's fell to 0-4, so yeah. See you, Jung, PFO. You have a new tall light heavyweight. And for the opponent, Oumar Psy, the star of the prelims in my opinion, this dude's good. Like, my big problem with his debut is we never saw him throw a punch. We saw him throw a lot of punches here, and he looked amazing. He looked well-rounded, he looked good, his cardio looked strong, his power looked decent. He didn't drop Jung, but Jung's a tough dude to drop. His striking looked crisp, his ground game we know is good. He looked fucking great. Like, this is the performance I wanted to see from him. Like, again, when I say my only disappointment with his debut was the no striking, he literally just fucking mainly went to striking this fight, and it was really good. So I'm happy about that. I'm happy we got to see the striking side of Oumar Psy, and it's what we needed. It's what we needed to see how good this guy really is, and this kid's good. Kids are fucking good. I think light heavyweight has a new problem on their hands, which is a good thing, because outside the top like 6, 7, maybe 10 of light heavyweight, there's really fucking no talent. So getting a guy like Oumar Psy, who looks to be one of the next guys up, probably gonna be ranked within a year. Hopefully he doesn't go the Vitor Petrino route and fucking loses. So he's good, man. He's good. Like, he literally showed every asset of MMA. At 28 years old in his 11th career fight at home. Could not look much better, man. Did not look much better. I guess the only thing I have to say now is, who should they fight next? For Oumar Psy, I don't think you give him a ranking yet. Like, 2 wins against low-level competition is not ranking material, especially, like, who would you even give him? Anthony Smith or Alonzo Menafield? I don't think you do that yet. You give him one more unranked guy who's decent, a step up, but no one that's like actually like that crazy, and then you fucking give him a ranking. Who would that decent fighter be? I'm not sure. There's a few names, like none of these guys, because half these guys ain't even in the fucking UFC. You give him, you want to give him like a Modestus Bukauskas would be like the ideal pick. Felipe Lin's got cut, so yeah, probably Modestus Bukauskas would make the most sense. Quick win against him, then give him top 15. I think that would make the most sense. Outside of that, like, I don't know who would you get, Marcin Prachnio, but that's somehow fucking a step backwards. Actually, the more I look at it, light heavyweight have a lot of prospects right now. Ebo, Zhang, fucking, I saw that fucking Gadzi Shulov dude, but he kinda, and then now Oumar. Division's getting good, man. Division, light heavyweight's good. But yeah, I think Bukauskas makes the most sense. A dude who's a good veteran, that would be a nice win in the cap of Oumar Psy. Makes sense. It's that, or I guess Ion Cutelaba, but why would you have him fight Ion? That's not an impressive win, so I think Modestas Bukauskas is making most sense. Nice win to get him a little more experience before getting into the top 15, and besides that, yeah, I think that makes, like, unless you want to give him Alonzo Menafield, but does he really deserve a ranking after 2 fights against, like, the bottom of the barrel of the division? I say no, but who knows? I say Modestas Bukauskas, get a nice win under your, get a third nice win, get a third nice win under your belt, and then get ranked. So that's what I'm going to go with. I don't see anyone better because everyone else has lost pretty much. So yeah, makes sense to me. Let's do it. Not really much else to say. Great performance by Oumar Sy. The dude's really good. I'm very intrigued to see how far he can go in a division. And outside of that, yeah, who should they fight next? Like Oumar Sy versus Modestas Bukauskas and Dawoon Jung. See ya, brother. Yeah, you're getting cut now, so yeah. Not really much else to say. Great performance by Sy, and let's see him get tested against a decent veteran in Bukauskas. Not very much else to say. This kid's legit. And now for our featured prelim. Not gonna waste a lot of time here because I don't care. We had a fun can versus can battle, as we had Ion Cutelaba versus Ivan Erslan. Yeah, why was this the light heavyweight fight picked to be the featured prelim? Like, I get it was exciting for 5 minutes, but Oumar Sy deserved it way more. Yeah, this is a weird fight. Like, in round 1, Cutelaba did really good. He got a couple, I think got 2 knockdowns, did some good work. Let me bring up my scorecard for this fight, because it was a weird fight to score. It was close, it was a very close fight. Ion did really good work in round 1, got, again, I think 2 knockdowns. Round 2, the clearest round of the fight, round 2 and 3 were very clear. Round 2, he just dominated Ivan pretty easily, doing where I think he kept him down for most of the round, if anything. And in round 3 is the other way around, with Erslan keeping Cutelaba on his back for most of the round. But it was really too little too late. He needed to finish on 2 scorecards, and he did not get that. So Cutelaba wins a split decision, which I don't think it should have been a split. I think Ion won pretty soundly. Like, round 2 he clearly won. Round 1, it was close, but I think he landed the better shots. And you can't say I'm biased, fuck yourself. I think it was a pretty clear Cutelaba decision. I get, again, it was a little bit close, but overall I think the judges got this one pretty much right. Like, if they gave it to Ivan, would have been a robbery, probably. I don't think he did enough to win round 1, especially getting dropped, and then he clearly lost round 2, so, and all he did in round 3 was lay on Ion, that's a mouthful. So yeah, I think the judges got this right. Cutelaba did better work here and got the win he deserved, so yeah, good job, judges. I guess me and the judges think alike for once. That's not a good thing. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say about this fight. No, I don't care about either fighter. Ion is still trash. But this was the one random Ion Cutelaba fight that he looks great in, and then he's going to lose 3 in a row. So, it's Ion Cutelaba, what do you expect? And I have no idea why they signed this Ivan, dude. Like, I had people tell me he sucks, and now it's proven that he sucks. Yeah, this was Can versus Can. These two are fucking horrendous. This should have been happening in KSW. So, I don't know. Not good. Not good fighters, but it was a good fight. It was a decent fight, so, yeah. About all I can say. Can versus Can, and Can won. So, I don't know. Good for Ion, I guess. I guess we get to see another Ion Cutelaba fight in the UFC. Yeah, I don't know if that's good or bad, you decide. But, yeah, those were the prelims. Only 55 minutes in, you know. Again, forgettable. Fucking Duncan, outside of Duncan and Sy, like, this was okay. This was fucking bullshit. This was okay. These were okay. And this was just like silly fun. So pretty much Sai and Duncan carried the prelims. Outside of that, nothing special. But yeah, now we get into the main card, which definitely did bring up the vibe of the card and the rating of the card a good amount. So I guess without further ado, let's get into it. We got 6 more fights to recap, and got a lot to say, so let's get into it. As we begin the card with probably the highlight of the card, definitely going to be in the thumbnail of this video. I don't know by itself or with the other fights, probably with the other ones. And then our main card opener in the lightweight division, we had a surprising finish and fight between Firas Ziam versus Matt Frevola. Well, this did not go how I expected to, or I guess a lot of people didn't expect it to. So, the long and short of this fight was, for the first 2 rounds, Ziam just picked Frevola apart. He uses his height and reach advantage really well, really good footwork, just picking Frevola apart on the feet. He did good work on the ground. Ziam was just a better fighter for the first 2 rounds. And then in round 3, Frevola was pretty tired and beat up. Ziam was still pretty fresh, actually. And halfway through the round, Ziam landed a beautiful knee out of the clinch that knocked Frevola out fucking cold. I think it broke his orbital or some bullshit. So, just brutal shit. Firas Ziam got a knockout. What the fuck was this card? What the fuck is UFC in 2024? Yeah, weird, crazy. Highlight of the night, no fucking doubt. And just respect to Firas Ziam, man. He shut me up. I thought this fight was, I did not think he really had a lot for Frevola here. I thought he was definitely the lesser of the 2 fighters. I thought Frevola was gonna break him, and kind of was the other way around. He fought smarter than Frevola. He was better than Frevola. He knocked Frevola out cold, which I guess that one's not too impressive, but when you're Firas Ziam, I guess it is. And yeah, highlight of the night went to Firas Ziam. Can't believe it. Can't fucking believe it, to be honest. But yeah, respect to Ziam, man. Dude's getting better. 4 wins in a row now. He deserves a big fight. I don't know about Ignacio Bahamondes, because I've seen a lot of people say that. I think you're trying to fucking get Ziam killed. But yeah, he deserves a decent fight in my opinion. I think he definitely should get a pretty substantial good fight. So let's see if he will get that. So after a fight and performance like this, he probably fucking should. Not really much else I can say about the fight. Again, one of the best KOs of the year, the highlight of the night, and just a really good fight. So unless I'm forgetting to say something about the fight overall, which I don't think I am. Let's talk about the fighters, and of course we gotta begin with Firas Ziam. Yeah, not really much else to say. I already brought up the 4-fight winning streak. Yeah, not the strongest 4-fight winning streak, but 4 is 4 in a row. Frevola is definitely the best name on that winning streak now, and the best performance on that winning streak. Yeah, the guy, like, Ziam's getting better. It's actually crazy how much better Ziam has gotten. At 27 years old, he's really coming to his own now in UFC. Like, you can see, the guy who we saw in his first 4 fights who went 2-2 is not the guy we've seen now. Like, he's way better. He's a lot more technical, he's a lot better of a striker, a lot better grappler, better cardio, better heart. He's good. He's really good, actually, and he's really making a fucking case for himself to be a fucking close to the ranking guy. Like, another win, and he's easily a ranked dude at this point, in my opinion, so he's good. He's really fucking good, and we'll see what happens. He deserves a big fight after this. He deserves a guy in that same tier as Diego Fieta, Dakar Close, Ignacio Bahamondes, etc. So, let's see if he gets that fight, because he deserves it. He doesn't deserve a ranked fight. You're kind of fucking taking the piss now. But he does deserve a top 20 dude. So, let's see if he gets it. Because he just beat a top 25 dude, a guy who was ranked in the past. Let's see him fight a top 20 dude now. So, great win for Ziam. Actually, I want to see that first. He had 5 knockouts in his career. That's fucking shocking. It's the first knockout since 2017. Oh, he fought the Lapilus brother, not the other one. Cool. Great one for Ziam. Highlight of the night, and he's making a name for himself, man. And then for Matt Frevola, I feel bad because we all love Frevola, but his chin just is so fucking weak, and he is getting older. At 34 years old, how much more damage can he take? After taking so much, even on that winning streak, he took a lot of damage against Dober and Gennaro. So, like, we all love Frevola. I think we're all cheering for Frevola, but he got outclassed here from pillar to post. So, sucks to see, but it happens. Now he's probably gonna be out for a while because again, I think his fucking orbital got broken. So he's going to be out for a while, and that's only going to put more fucking wear and tear on the tires. He's probably going to be 35 by the time he comes back. So, just 2022 to 2023 Frevola was special. But now, he's back to the Matt Frevola we know, the guy who's just really no chin. So, I don't know. I want to see Matt get back on track, and hopefully he does get an easier fight in his return. But overall, I don't know, it just don't look really good for him. His career just seems pretty close to over. So at 34 years old, the damage he's taken, how much more damage can he really take? So I don't know. Sorry, Matt. Well, I feel bad for you, brother. But besides that, I guess we gotta get into who should they fight next. For us, Ziam. There's a top guy close to the rankings. Like Joe Alvarez would be cool. Bobby Green ain't bad. Drakkar Close, Thiago Moises. Again, Bob Mondes ain't bad. I don't mind Bob Mondes. Because outside of that, no. Obviously not. Drakkar. Alright, Drakkar could fight like Dober. Bobby Green. You know, I don't hate it. I don't fucking hate it. It's fucking weird trying to find a fucking fight. Like, there's so many good fighters in this fucking area that's like, you can't really go wrong with anyone you fucking choose. So, I don't know. I like the Ignacio fight, man. I really do like the Ignacio fight. Let's see, I want to see their height at 6'3", 75.5. 6'1", 75.5. I don't hate that. I like that fight. It's either Ignacio or Bobby Green. And Bobby Green, yeah, Ignacio's probably the fight. I'd probably say Ignacio Bob Mondes makes the most sense. So, let's get it. Ignacio Bob Mondes for Ziam. Winner gets a ranking. Let's do it, man. Let's fucking do it. And we'll have Joel fight fucking Turner. Those two winners can fight for the tallest motherfucker or whatever. So, yeah. Lightweight's fucking stacked right now. We got Ľudovít versus Diego at the fight deal. We got Klein. We got Bob Mondes and Ziam. We got fucking, let's say, Dober and Close would be a banger. You got Bobby Green floating around, Alvarez and Turner. Lightweight's good, man. And Ziam Ignacio would be a fucking banger. So, let's see it. For Frevola, rest up. Who knows when he's gonna be back? Probably not till sometime, probably middle of next year. So, just heal up and bounce back, hopefully. So, hopefully against like a Michael Johnson, a Clay Guida, something like that would be cool. So, yeah, that's all I can say. Great fight, great knockout, and who should they fight next? I like for us, Ziam versus Ignacio Bahamondes, and Frevola, just heal up and hopefully bounce back. Ziam and Bahamondes would be a banger. I think it makes a lot of sense. So let's see it. Ziam Bahamondes, cool ass fucking fight night fight or fucking pay-per-view prelim. Let's get that shit booked, baby. Ziam, great knockout by Ziam. A sentence I did not think I'd be saying ever. And yeah, knockout of the year candidate. Love to see it. After that, we get to our second fight of the main card in the featherweight division. And we have a super predictable fight, so I won't waste a lot of time here. And then our second fight of the main card, we had Morgan Charriere versus Gabriel Miranda. Super easy fight to predict. In round 1, it was pretty much just Miranda trying to cuddle Charriere, and Charriere just pretty much stopping him at all costs. So, easy round for Charriere. And then round 2, quickly into the round, Charriere landed a perfect left hook that dropped Miranda. 2 ground and pound shots later, it was over. So, yeah, pretty easy fight to predict. A lot like the fucking Benoit Saint-Denis fight, where Miranda gets knocked out in fucking, like, seconds into the second round. So, yeah, good fucking performance by Charriere, as expected. One of the 4 easy fights to predict on this card. And, yeah, pretty fucking easy. So, as it should have been. About all I can really say about the fight, since it was a easy fight to predict. So, yeah. I guess let's talk about each fighter, and I guess I'll start from Miranda, since I really don't got much to say. I almost feel bad for this guy. Second time stepping in on short notice in Paris, and second time getting knocked out in the second round. Guy has some bad fucking luck, but yeah, he'll bounce back. Like the one time we saw him on a full camp, he looked really good against Shane Young. So let's see him heal up and bounce back again, because I think Miranda does have a little bit of talent, but on short notice against these killers, like I don't know, he's not gonna stand much of a chance. So respect for stepping in always, but outside of that, yeah, you had no fucking chance here, and it showed very quickly. So I don't know, respect for stepping in at least. And then to talk about his opponent, Morgan Charriere. Great performance. 3-0 in the UFC now, getting back on track after getting robbed against Chepe Mariscal. And yeah, he's still a great prospect, as he has been. And yeah, I know a lot of people ain't a fan of him. Again, I know a lot of people think he's a fraud. That record, I get the record. It's very weird looking. 21 and fucking 10. Fucking. I get his 2 official wins have been against Cans, and then he did lose, quote quote, to Chepe. That was a complete robbery. So I don't know. I think Morgan's good, but like as good as I think Morgan is, do I think he's gonna go far in the division? No. I think his ceiling is top 15, and that's being generous. I think he's probably going to end up in the same category as Nate Land or Giuliani Rosa, fucking Hakeem Dawodu, those guys who have always been good, but not good enough to get into the top 15. So, and if they have, they've not stayed there. So, eventually he'll fight Danny Gay and lose. You know how that goes. So, but yeah, great performance by Charriere to get back on track officially, and in a fight he should have won easily, and he did. So, good job. I guess the only thing to say now is, who should they fight next for Charriere after getting back on track? I don't think he's thrown back in there with the Wolves. Like, you don't get him back in there with a Chepe Mariscal level guy, but you get him back in there with a decent fighter. Like Josh Cutelaba would be a decent one. Draw Emmers is always a good test. Let's see, now we're too far to the bottom of the barrel. Let's move up a little bit. Gavin Tucker, and we're gonna see the point. Luke Almeida, that's okay, but I don't really see the point. Looks like Bagdasar would be a banger, but I don't see them doing that. C-Rod, I don't hate it. you know, I don't fucking hate it, but I doubt they do that. Jamal Emmers, got Shyland, got Cutelaba. I don't know who he fight. Bill Algeo? You know, that's not bad. Like, you could throw him in there with Bill Algeo. That might be the fight. Like, Bill's lost 2 in a row. It's a decent name. I don't hate it. I don't hate seeing him in there with Bill Algeo. A fight he should probably win. If anything's gonna be a fun fight no matter what. You know? I'm right now I'll say Bill Algeo. The only way I say anything besides that is if Aljo is gonna fight Billy Q in Tampa. If they're doing that, then fine. But if that's not the fight Billy Q has booked in Tampa, then I want to see Morgan Charriere against Bill Aljo. I think that's a really decent fight, and let's fucking see it, man. So yeah, I think that's a good one. And besides that, like, who do you really give? Who else would you give him? Dawoodu? Nah. Nelson? I saw someone say Cub Swanson. Why do that to Cub? Naimov? Fuck him. I don't think he's got to this level yet. So yeah, Bill Aljo sounds about right. I think Aljo is the perfect bridge fighter for Charriere to go from beating cans to beating a good fighter. So let's do it. Aljo and Charriere. Sounds good to me. I like how I said I don't think they're gonna throw him back in a Shark Tank, and then he gets Bill Aljo. And fuck, Charriere's good, man. Who cares? But yeah, not very much I would say. Really good performance by Charriere, and easy performance for Charriere. And who should they fight next? I like Charriere versus Bill Aljo, and for Miranda, let's just get a full camp for once, dude. Jesus. And the last time we saw you on a full camp, you did great. So try and get on a full camp again. Clearly it helps. Besides that, who should they fight next? I already did that. My bad. Yeah, Charriere and Aljo. Let's get that booked. Makes sense. Would be a nice one for Charriere if you can get it, and let's do it. So yeah, not very much else to say. Great one for Charriere. Miranda, get on a full camp, and yeah, about all I can really say. Great, easy performance. After that, we head to our third fight of the main card in the welterweight division. A fight I loved. Probably my favorite fight of the night. Actually, it was my favorite fight of the night because my boy got the job done. And then our third fight of the night in the welterweight division, we had Bryan Battle versus Kevin Jousset. Wow. What a performance by Bryan Battle. Like, I thought he would win this fight. I didn't think he was going to win this fight that easily. Like, he dominated Jousset. In round one, he dominated him on the feet. Like, it was kind of a close round, but I think Battle landed the better shots, and the two judges agreed. But then in round two, he broke Jousset. In round two, he just kept walking him down, fucking hitting him very Sean Strickland-like. And eventually, he broke Jousset, putting him down. Well, actually, they never put him down, hurting him against the cage. And eventually, Jousset just stopped really defending really well, and the fight got stopped. So, that was that. What a performance by Bryan Battle. As he proceeded to flip off the crowd and cut a great promo afterwards. So 10 out of 10 stuff from the Butcher, because the Butcher was not going to lose to a French man in a fist fight. So what a fucking legend, man. I don't know how you can't love Bryan Battle. He's never had a boring fight. He's fucking a great dude. I loved it, and he's one of my favorite fighters for a reason. I loved him on Tough. He's fucking lived up to it since. Wow, what a fucking fight. He dominated Jousset. He broke Jousset. Like I said, that's the simple way to put it. He broke Kevin Jousset, which is fucking impressive. Kevin Jousset is really good, so just great stuff by Bryan Battle. That simple. Really great stuff. So yeah, about all I can really say about the fight. He broke him. So, besides that, let's talk about the fighters, and we have to begin with Bryan Battle. Like I said, I loved him on Tough, and since he's been doing even better, now he is 6-1-1 in UFC, really 7-1. Fucking 2 nice wins this year over Losa and Jousset. He's getting close to the rankings. At this point, if you gave him a fucking ranked dude, I don't think anyone would complain. He's really good. He's joined that category. In my opinion, he already was. But he's in that category now of like the next guys, like the new fucking guys in the welterweight division. With Ian Carey, with Shavkat, with JDM, with fucking Carlos Prates. Like, he's one of those fucking guys, man. Renat definitely should be one of those guys in that conversation, but I don't know what the fuck's going on with him. So, But Battle's that guy, man. Battle's him. He didn't even have to show his wrestling, which I thought was going to be the main way he won this fight. I thought he was going to fucking get takedowns and win a decision, but he fucking said, nah, I'm going to break this, man. He did. So, love to see it. The butcher ain't losing to a French man in a fist fight, and he fucking didn't. So, he's legit, man. He's very fucking legit. And now 4 in a row. Let's see how far you can go. Fucking, what is he, 5-1 at fucking welterweight now? He's good, man. 3 years old, only getting better. Let's see how far the butcher can go. I finally got one of my fighters to win a fight. I'm so happy. I needed that badly. And to talk about his opponent, Kevin Jousset. Yeah, the UFC fed him to the wolves in his 3rd fight. Like, I'm not gonna call Jousset a fraud. I think Jousset's still a good fighter. I think the UFC kind of screwed him, giving him such a difficult fight in his 3rd fight in UFC. And he didn't look terrible in round 1. You could give him the round, even though I think you're kind of pushing it. But yeah, in this fight, he was just outclassed. Like, he got broken in this fight, which is fine. You're fighting a great fighter like Bryan Battle. It's okay. So I think Jousset will be back. I'm not gonna call him a fraud yet. I think that's a little extreme, but he's good. I do think Jousset's good, but he does need to work on some things. He's very hittable. That happened in the Kenan Song fight a few times. He was very hittable, and in this fight he was again very hittable. And cardio, he kind of gassed out pretty quickly. So, but he gassed out because Battle just kept walking him down. So I don't know. It was an interesting fight. It showed a lot about both guys, and it just showed Jousset is going to need to get better. So, as he gets better, this is going to be a learning experience for him if he takes it the correct way and takes it as a learning experience. So, just get better from this. I think Jousset has the talent to get better from this, and if he does, I think he's still a really good prospect. So, heal up, bounce back, and learn. Learn from your mistakes, or you're doomed to repeat them. If he learns from his mistakes here, he won't repeat them. So, yeah, that's all I can really say about that. The only thing left to say now is, who should they fight next? For Bryan Battle, there's a lot of options. You could give him Neil Magny, the GOAT of fighting, the king of fighting the prospects, and I think Bryan Battle is probably the next prospect up to fight Neil Magny, unless they try and fucking feed him, unless they try and feed him to Carlos Prates, even though I heard they're going to do Prates and MVP, which is batshit insane. And then besides that, there's really no other prospects in the division for No Magny to fight. Like, who? Like, I'm not really sure, like Euros Medic, who, I'm not really sure what other prospect Neil Magny has to fight outside of Prates, which, and I think Prates has bigger fights for himself at this point anyway, so yeah, I think Bryan Battle and Neil Magny, why not? Like, Neil Magny is the king of fighting prospects, so let's have him fight another prospect. And a guy in Bryan Battle who's won 4 in a row, got a lot of hype on his name now after a great performance. Let's see it. The only other fight for No Magny is fucking Carlos Prates, but he's gonna fight MVP, so let's see fucking Magny in Battle. But if the UFC doesn't do that, who could Battle fight in that case? Chaos Williams probably, or Randy Brown. Either one of those two would make the most sense. But I just think, how do you not do Neil Magny? Like, Bryan Battle is the next prospect up to get checked, to either be proven legit or fucking get fraud checked. So let's see if let's see him take the Neil Magny test, the legendary test in the welterweight division. So got my vote. Let's do it. And no fight idea for Jousset. Heal up and get better. The UFC will give him a super easy fight, a super easy fight in his return, which they should. Fucking let the kid get better. He has talent. He just got taught a lesson by a really great fighter. So that's simple. Not really much else to say. Great performance for Bryan Battle. Great fight. I loved it. Seeing my boy win in Paris. And I guess the only thing left to say is, who should they fight next? I like Bryan Battle versus Neil Magny and Kevin Jousset. can get a cool layup fight in his return. So, yeah, that's all I can say. Battle Magny makes a lot of sense. Battle is the next prospect up, so let's see him fight no Magny. Outside of that, I don't really have much else to say. The Butcher is not going to lose to a Frenchman in Paris. That simple. After that, we're hitting the fucking end. We got 3 left. I'm not going to say a lot about these last 3, so let's just get into it. And then our 4th fight of the main card, maybe the most controversial fight of the whole card. As in, we go back to the featherweight division for our 4th fight of the night between William Gomis versus Joe Anderson Brito. Yeah, this is gonna be an interesting debate. I might not have the popular opinion on this fight, because again, this is definitely probably the most controversial fight of the night, which is a lot on a 14-fight card. So for the fucking how I saw the fight, in round 1, it was close. It was close. I think Gomis did enough to win the round. I think he did better in that round. Brito had a nice little flurry late, but I think Gomis was a better fighter in that round, landed more, and, well, actually laid on top more. And I think the control time gave him the round over, like 2 good shots from Brito. Round 2, Brito all day. He just dominated Gomis. And then round 3, which was probably the clearest round of the fight for Gomis. I guess it was close, but I think Gomis did enough to win that round, which would mean a 29-28 William Gomis. So, definitely the most disputed decision of the night. I scored it 1-3 Gomis, and you can, again, not fucking biased. Most people scored it for Brito, it seems, giving him 1, 2, and even 3, so a lot of people think he could have won a 30-27, which I think is insane. I think you can score this fight one of 3 ways. 1-2 to Brito, 1-3 to Gomis, or 2-3 to Brito. I think 30-27 Brito is insane, because you're telling me you don't think Gomis won a round. Okay. And you can't give Gomis round 2, you can't give it, so yeah, I think either 1-2, 2-3, or fucking 1-3, so very close fight. You could, either way it was scored, it was like, it was gonna be disputed, so, like, I get why people think Brito won, he landed the bigger shots, but let's be honest, what did he do in round 3? Landed a few shots while just throwing haymakers mainly, that missed. So, and then round 1, he landed 2 good shots late. And trust me, I'm not a Gomis fan. I've been calling him a fraud. I thought Brito was gonna beat him easily. Brito winning was one of the things I really wanted to happen on this card. But Gomis did more and won this fight. He did more. He was the better, smarter fighter. Like, Brito was exciting, but at the same time, he didn't land a lot. At times, he kind of just fucking became stalemate after a while, and I think Gomis did enough to win. I gave Gomis 1-3. I think that is the most accurate scorecard in a close fight. But at the same time, if you think Brito won, that's fine. But I don't think this was a robbery. I think it's a very, very close fight that could have went either way. So I thought it was a good fight. And I see the fucking problem. I see why people are debating it, but calling it robbery, I think, is insane. Trust me, I want to, because I don't like Gomis. But I'm gonna be honest, I think he won this fight, so that's just what I think. That simple. So, yeah, not really much else to really say about the fight. It's gonna be disputed, but I think William Gomis won this fight. Now talk about each fighter real quick. For Gomis, now he got a second win in the UFC. We're not counting a nut shot and a robbery. This was a robbery. This I don't think was. Yeah, his second real win in the UFC, and is one of the best ones he could have got. So yeah, the dude's okay. I still don't think he's gonna go far in the division. Like, I think if Brito was a little smarter, he would have won this fight, but Gomis was a smarter fighter here, but I don't think he's going to be able to be a smarter fighter a lot more against the higher level guys. Like, when he fights the better fighters, he's going to lose. I don't think he's that great. I think he's okay at best, but do you really think he stands a chance against anyone in the top 15? No. Do you think he beats even like one of the best guys unranked, like a Sean Woodson or an Alex Caceres? No. So he got lucky here. Yeah, lucky the scorecards fell his way because it easily could have went the other way. And yeah, I just don't think he's very good. So, but I do think he won this fight, so I'll give him that much. I'll give him his flowers. So there you go. To talk about Jonathan Brito, you fumbled here, man. You had to do a little more to win, and you just didn't. You fucking let the fight. You've let the fight play into you let the fight go to the scorecard in a razor thin fight, and you got beat. You got beat, bro. You could have easily got it. Trust me. Again, I think you could have easily won, but at the same time, I don't think you won. I scored it for Gomis, so trust me. I'm probably one of the people who wanted you to win the most, but you just didn't. You didn't do enough. It's that simple. So I don't know. But that's all I can really say. He fumbled the bag. He went from a 5-fight winning streak about to fight Dan Ige to now losing to William Gomis. So, should have done more, man. Should have not let the fight slip away like that. About all I can really say. Only thing left to say now is, who should they fight next? For William Gomis. You give him a good fight. There's no doubt he definitely deserves a decent fight, one of the higher echelon unranked dudes, but you don't give him a fucking ranked fight or anything like that. So, but who do you give him? He just broke Brito's 5-fight winning streak, so that's definitely something. Dowdu, no. Bigger than that. Billy, he had the fight booked anyway. Naimov, no. Erosa, I don't hate it. I don't love it. I don't hate it. Damon, Onama, Nate, nah. Garcia, no. Feely, I doubt it. Shepe, nah. Zalal, fuck, I hate them both. Wood, I don't mind that Erosa fight. That's probably the one that's jumping out the most, because the rest are just like, either I don't think he deserves it, or like Zalal. God, don't do that garbage. Wood, Caceres, don't deserve. Yusuf, nah. I think probably Julian Erosa would make the most sense. Yeah, it's a logical fight. Erosa won 2 in a row now, and I just think that's more the level fight Gomis deserves. He does not deserve a Nate Landwehr, David Onama, Andre Felia, Shepe Maushkov. He deserves more of a Julian Erosa. Do I think that's the fight he's gonna get? No, I think they're gonna give him a bigger fight. He's probably gonna get Caceres or fucking Yusuf or some bullshit. But I think Erosa's probably the fight for him. That makes logical sense and that he actually deserves. So, I don't know. That's what I think. Maybe the UFC does not agree. I can almost tell you that right now. But that's what I think. So, I'm gonna say Julian Erosa makes the most sense. And, yeah, I'm gonna go Erosa. And for Brito, he'll fight again. Brito fights any of these guys. It's gonna be an interesting fight. He probably beats most of them. He might lose to a few of them. He'll get back on track. But he fucking fucked himself here, man. You gotta do more, especially in the dude's fucking hometown. You had to fucking do more, so shit happens. What can you do? Besides say, that's what I think of the fight. Who should they fight next? I like William Gomis versus Julian Erosa, and I think Jonathan Brito just gonna get back on track against any of those names, Onama, whoever. So, yeah, about all I gotta say about this fight. Not a robbery in my opinion. I think the judges got it right, but if you think Brito won, that's totally fine. I'm not upset about it, but don't cry robbery. I think that's a little silly now, so yeah, about all I really gotta say about this fight. Decent fight. I think judges got it right, and I think Gomis and Erosa makes a lot of sense. Gomis it's a fight that makes sense for Gomis, a more logical fight than a giant step up like a Caceres. And yeah, let's see how Gomis fares against a veteran like Erosa. So yeah, all I gotta say there. Fine fight, not a robbery. After that, as we hit the hour-and-a-half mark, we're almost done at least. We head to, this is going to be the longest video ever, as we go to our co-main event of the evening. Not going to waste a lot of time here since, yeah, I was wrong. I was very much wrong. And then our co-main event of the evening, we head to middleweight for a ginormous fight between Nasruddin Imavov versus Brendan Allen. Well, again, I was wrong. So, in round 1, Allen took Imavov down in seconds and easily won the round. And then he completely just shit the bed. He gassed out, he kept shooting lazy, shitty takedowns. And for 10 minutes, the last 10 minutes of the fight, Imavov pretty much just fucking stuffed takedowns and beat him up. Like, and the annoying thing, when Allen was striking, he did not look bad. He landed some good shots. We know Allen has power in his hands, but he just fucking he was so hell-bent on not striking that the second he ate a punch or two, he shot in a shitty, lazy takedown. So it's fucking annoying. It's really fucking annoying as someone who thinks Allen's better than Imavov, who thinks he could have easily won this fight. So was Imavov the better fighter? Not really. Allen was just the fucking dumber fighter. So I don't know. I'm not impressed with Imavov. I'm not happy with Allen. I don't know. Great fight, in my opinion, fight of the night. It had main event feels. It was a really fun fight, but it should have been better, and Allen had to perform better. So, yeah. But all I gotta say about the fight, easy 29-28. There's no debate. Don't even need to show my verdict, fucking scorecard, because it's the exact same. So, and you can't say I'm biased. Fuck you. So, yeah. But besides that, let's get into the fighters real quick. I have to start with Allen. Like I said, dude, you have to fight better than that. Like, I don't get Brendan Allen. He has all the talent in the world. He can easily be a top 5 dude, in my opinion. Champion? I don't know. I don't think so. But he has all the talent to be a top 5 dude. We've seen that in the past. But he just keeps underperforming. He did against Curtis. He did against Imavov, but when he performed to his ability, he won 3 in a row in impressive fashion. Like, I don't fucking get why he can't show up like the guy we saw against Bruno Silva, Paul Craig, Andre Muniz more often. That guy is a top 50, is a top 5 guy. The guy we saw tonight was a guy that I get why people think he sucks, because when he shows up like the way he did, he fucking looks terrible. So it's frustrating. It's super fucking frustrating. I think Brendan Allen's really good, but I swear he's hell-bent on showing that he's not. So, I don't get it. I swear his whole fucking idea of fighting is to show that I suck. And I don't get it. Dude, you have talent. Your striking is decent. You have good power. But your cardio, for some reason, fell off a cliff. You wanted 5 rounds that you might have died. Your grappling is really good when you shoot a takedown that's not fucking lazy. Like, I don't get it. I don't fucking get Brendan Allen, man. He has all the fucking talent in the world, and he fucking looks like that. It's annoying. It's complete fucking annoying bullshit. So, and he can only be mad at himself. Like, yeah, that whole, I don't know if you saw fucking, he was claiming the Paris Commission was fucking asking for blood samples and all that right after weigh-in. It's like, yeah, that's bullshit, but dude, you gotta fight through that shit. And clearly he didn't, so, I don't know. Complete bullshit. Like, dude, you gotta look better than that. And then for Imavov, again, I'm not really that impressed. Like, yeah, Allen, I think Allen beat himself more than Imavov beat him. Like, to be honest, like, all Imavov had to do was stop a shitty takedown attempt every fucking couple seconds. So, I don't know. I'm not impressed that much. So, of course, he's not getting a fucking title shot yet. He doesn't earn it. And, I don't know. I'm not super impressed. He looked okay, but on the feet, he was eating some punches. On the ground, he was getting demolished in the first round, and I'm not super impressed. So, yeah, he's yet to impress me, is what I'll say. He's yet to impress me. But besides that, don't really got much else to say about this fight, or the fighters. Besides, who should they fight next? For Nasruddin, it's pretty simple. Kyle Borrello, the winner gets a title shot. It makes the most sense, because Drakus is fighting Strickland, Whitaker's fighting Chimaev, Izzy can fight Yuri when Yuri moves down. That leaves Imavov and Kaio. Makes the most sense. Awesome fight night main event. Winner gets a title shot. Bang. For Brendan Allen, yeah, he has to fight Vettori, right? Like, he has to fight Vettori already. They fought in the casino. The storyline's right there. Have him fight Vettori. Cool fight night co-main. Or fucking... yeah, cool fight night co-main. Allen Vettori. Makes a lot of sense. Let's do it. So, yeah, pretty easy fights. Two pretty clear fights to make. Imavov and Borrello. Allen and Vettori. Just two fights that make sense. Imavov and Kaio, both are pretty much in the same situation. One win away from a title shot. Brendan Allen, coming off a bad loss, fighting a guy that he's had some beef with. Makes sense. Have him fight Vettori. I don't know. Pretty simple fights to book. So, let's get those booked whenever, and see what happens at middleweight, because it's a crazy division right now. So, but about all I gotta say about this fight. Fine fight, my pick for fight of the night, but I guess Dana did not agree, and I guess the only thing left to say is I'm disappointed. I'm really disappointed. So, yeah, look better than that, man. Yeah, look better. I don't know. Fine co-main, should have been the main event, and yeah, about all I gotta say. And finally, almost an hour and 40 minutes in, we get into our main event of the evening. The main event of UFC Paris, I believe the third time ever. Thankfully, again, not ruined by Thorogown's bum ass. As in our main event of the evening, in the lightweight division, we had Hanato Money Moicano versus Benoit Saint-Denis. Well, this could have not went any farther than I expected it to. Round one was a lot like the Brendan Allen fight, but Moicano actually did shit on top and then just lay on him. Moicano gave Benoit one of the worst beatings of all time in the fucking... I just noticed it. No, not quite what the main event was. But, Moicano gave Benoit one of the worst beatings of all time in round one. 10-8 round, could have been a 10-7 even. But then in round two, Benoit comes back out with one eye pretty much and wins round two somehow. So, how, I don't know, but that Benoit's just not human. Sadly, between rounds, Mark got awful, called in the doctor. The doctor saw a little bit of blood, he fucking freaked out and ran away. The fight got stopped for no reason, and that was that. Bullshit doctor stoppage. Like, how do you stop it the round after the guy with one eye just won the round? It's like, the fuck? It's fucking stupid. Like, complete bullshit. Like, the UFC has become so fucking scared to actually have, like, fighters fight. That's like, what the fuck? Why even have, like, wrap him fucking bubble wrap if you are that scared of actually seeing a little bit of blood. So, really annoying. Fight should have continued. Benoit fucking might have won, and he got screwed. So, he got completely fucking screwed. So, bullshit, and bullshit. Whatever. Complete bullshit. If you stopped it after round one, I would have been okay with it, but round two, after he won the round, stupid. But besides that, not very much else to say about the fight. To talk about each fighter real quick, I guess Moicano's legit somehow. Somehow Jalen Turner did better than fucking Benoit Saint-Denis. Weird. But yeah, I guess Moicano is actually legit now. So let's see how far he can really go in the lightweight division, getting his 4th win in a row. Can't win. For some reason, Moicano's at 35 years old, hitting his prime. What is a man anymore? And to talk about Benoit Saint-Denis, as much as he got screwed, I also think he got fraud checked here. Like, I think all of the smart people gave him a break against Dustin because it's Dustin Poirier. But against Moicano in Paris as a giant favorite, you should not be getting 10-7 to almost, like, come on, dude, you gotta look better than that versus Renato Moicano. Like, I get Moicano's a decent fighter, but you can't get 10-7 by Renato Moicano. And he did, though. So, I don't know, disappointing performance by Benoit, and I guess he is a fraud now. I guess he's gonna have the career arc of just having fun fights, because clearly his title aspirations are shot unless he gets really good really fast. Because besides that, let's be honest, after this fight, how do you really think he stacks up against the rest of the division? Do you think he beats Fiziev? I don't. Do you think he beats Gabriel, Dariush, but those are the 2 worst guys in the rankings. Does he beat Hooker? Probably not. Does he beat Poirier? Clearly not. Does he beat Gaethje? No. 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 And to go down a little bit, like, do you think he beats Turner? Maybe. He would smash RDA. Do you think he beats Paddy Pimblett? That's the real one to ask. So, I don't know. I like Benoit, and I'm always gonna be excited to see him fight because he's a dog. But he's clearly not the guy we thought he was. He had a nice run, 4 or 5 wins in a row. But clearly, the competition got harder, and he just can't perform to that level. So, I feel bad for him because I think he is really good, but he got fraud checked. Sucks to say about BSD, but how the cookie crumbled. That simple. All I have to say now, for the last time, fucking finally, for the 14th time tonight, I will ask, who should they fight next? For Moicano, I think there's only one fight you can do. It's been a rivalry. It's been a rivalry for a while now. I think a lot of people would want to see this fight. Let's see him in a baddie. Paddy Pimblett, Moicano, a badass fucking pay-per-view main card fight. Let's see it. Let's see Paddy really get tested. I get the question would be, why would Moicano fight backwards? Because Moicano wants money. What does he get out of fighting these scrubs? No money. What did he get out of losing to Fiziev again? No money. What did he get out of fighting Paddy Pimblett and maybe beating him? Money. So, let's see him fight Paddy Pimblett. That simple. I think that's the fight to make. I think everyone wants to see that fight. I know I do. So let's see that fight. So, yeah, not very much else I can say for that. And for Benoit, I have no idea what you do with him. Like, he's gonna be out for a while because his fucking face got crumpled. But, like, when he comes back, who do you have him fight? Turner? Joel Alvarez? Ľudovít Klein? Fucking Ziam? Ignacio Bahamondes? Like, who? Who do you have him fight? I really don't know. So, I don't know. I feel bad for Benoit, but I'll always be excited to see Benoit fight news, but yeah, he's just not the guy we thought he was, which really sucks. So, I don't know. That's about all I can really say. Whoever Benoit fights next, when he fights them, he won't be back till next year, obviously. But when he fights again, it will be must-watch TV, but who knows, he'll even win. So, all I gotta say about that. Overall, for the main event, crazy upset, terrible doctor stoppage, and who should they fight next? I like Moicano versus Paddy Pimblett, and for Benoit, I have no idea, to be honest. So, yeah, about all I can say. Not really much else to say, and yeah, Moicano wants money, motherfuckers. I'm happy for him. I'm very happy for Moicano. I think we all love Moicano, so good for him, man. Hopefully he gets that money. Finally, the longest video of my fucking channel so far by a mile. Boom! That was the card to go around. I did on picks. I went 6 of 14, one perfect 340. I really went 7 of 14 because Altamirano got fucking screwed. And hell, if you say Brito got robbed, I got 8 right, so I'll take it. But I'm gonna go. I got half right. I got 7 right and 7 wrong. The ones I got wrong, upset. He looked terrible. Close fight. He got outclassed. Trash. Got her number. Fraud. So, it happens. What can you do? Going half and half on a 14 fight card could be a lot worse. So, I'll take it. The bonuses for the card were 4 performance bonuses to Bryan Battle, Morgan Charriere, Ziam, and Chris Duncan. I would have gave a performance bonus to Battle, Morgan, Ziam, and Moicano. I don't know how you don't give Moicano a bonus. And I would have gave 5 of the night to Imavov Ailín, because that fight was really good. Besides that, I guess Duncan, cool. Outside that, like if Ailín made weight, maybe, but I think you only should have done 5 bonuses. These 3, Moicano, and this has 5 of the night. Besides that, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, if you wanted to, you could just do these 3 for 5 of the for bonuses because they really saved the card. So I don't know. And lastly, if you missed a card, what would I say you should go back and rewatch? I would say Chris Duncan, Oumar, Sai, and I would say the whole main card. I think the whole main card was really fucking good. So, yeah. So, if you missed a card, just watch the main card, the Sai fight, and the Chris Duncan fight. Optional. Don't waste your time. Yeah, optional. You can skip these. They go exactly how you think they do. And if you want to watch a low level fun fight, you watch this. So, yeah, main card, Oumar, and Duncan is what I would rewatch. So, but besides that, finally, that's it. I don't need to fucking say another fucking thing about this card. The longest video ever. This is gonna do awful views, and to be honest, I don't care. I love talking about this shit, and I could do it forever. So, finally. Done. Recap over. I love doing these recaps, but fuck, does it take a while. But again, I enjoy it, that's all that matters, and I hope if one person enjoys it, it makes it worth it, so, yeah. But, yeah, not really much else to say. Shocking after an hour and 47 minutes. Fun card, weird card, but fun card, and, not really much else to say about the card. Fun night in Paris as always, and now we head to Salt Lake City for 307 with Piera and Roundtree and a bunch of fun fights. So that's gonna be next week when you'll hear from me again breaking down that card on Friday, and then you'll hear me recapping that on Sunday. So I can't wait. You probably can't wait. Let's get into 307 fight week. So, without further ado, I hope you enjoyed the video. Fuck, I hope someone did make this worth it. Please like, comment, subscribe. 100 subs goal by the end of the year. And unless I'm forgetting to say something, which would be a fucking miracle at this point. As always, RX out. Good vibes, only and always.